Welcome back, kids! Today's review is going to be the Lego Movie.
This is one of those movies where people hear the title and just laugh. Hollywood's really out of ideas now. They're making movies based on toys. Well, think again. It turns out the Lego Movie is very entertaining, clever, and surprisingly heartfelt. It's only February, but there's a good chance it will be one of the best movies of the year.
So what makes this movie work?
Well, let's start with the most obvious. An entire world made of Legos is just really cool. With a few minor exceptions, everything you see is constructed from Lego blocks. I believe it was done in CG, but the animation has a very stop-motion feel to it. Everything looks great, and it's a joy to see numerous action scenes done with Legos. As for the story, it centers around Emmett, a construction worker and the most ordinary person ever. He lives in a city where everyone follows the specific instructions they are given and live in blissful ignorance. When Emmett falls into a hole at his construction site, he discovers that there are many other worlds and that there are people called the Master Builders who are able to build things without instructions. But the evil Lord Business came into power and stifled all creativity, capturing most of these master builders. A prophecy states that someone will find a block called the Piece of Resistance and bring back creativity to the world. The story is pretty simplistic at face value, but it actually pays off in a big way. I don't want to give anything away, so I'll leave it at that. But what's important here is that the movie is lots of fun. One of the most purely entertaining movies I've seen in a long time. It's very funny, and while the humor is obviously kid-friendly, it's not so juvenile that adults will facepalm. When I went to see it, the theater was made up almost entirely of adults, and they all ate it up. The Lego Movie is brought to us by Phil Lord and Chris Miller, previously known for Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs and 21 Jump Street. So that's 3 times in a row now they've taken on a project that was said to be a stupid idea and made it into something successful. I really don't know a whole lot about these guys, but so far they specialize in a frenetic style with a witty sense of humor. I enjoyed their previous 2 films, but the Lego Movie is on another level. Let's talk about the voice cast. I really hate it when animated movies hire big-name voice actors who don't fit the parts. To me, that's a sign of a bad animated movie. But the roles are perfectly cast here. Chris Pratt, who is slowly taking over Hollywood, voices Emmett, and he's a great choice. While Pratt is known for playing lovable goofball Andy Dwyer on Parks and Recreation, he's also been convincing in more dramatic roles as well. Here he plays the full spectrum, and he's incredibly charming throughout. I think I might have a new man crush. Anyway, the rest of the cast is great too. Will Ferrell plays the main baddie, and even though I'm not a fan of his, I will admit he's good at voice acting. Elizabeth Banks plays a smoking hot Lego figurine. Will Arnett is Batman, who has played like sort of a parody of the dark and brooding interpretation in the Nolan films, and hearing Liam Neeson speak in a high-pitched voice may be the greatest thing of all time. But you know what the funny thing about this movie is? People have joked that this is a feature-length commercial for Lego, but they're actually right. The reason this movie was greenlit was probably because Warner Brothers and Lego both like money. Fortunately for us, they didn't just half-ass the movie, which they could have easily done and gotten away with. Instead, they hired people who gave a damn. And that's the thing about advertisement. It may be big corporations spending money to make more money, but that doesn't mean it can't be an art too.
Well, I think you get the idea. The Lego Movie is a wonderful experience, an easy recommendation. And if you think you might not enjoy this as much because you have no nostalgia for Legos, don't worry. While I played with Legos a little as a kid, I was never much into building stuff. I think even the most cynical people out there will enjoy this. I know because I am one of the most cynical people out there. Just sit back and enjoy the ride.
Thanks again for watching, and thank everybody who gave me feedback on my first review. You all inspired me to make this one, and I really appreciate it. See you next time!